How are you? Good to see you. How's everything? Okay? I'm gonna try and Hi, Madam Clerk. So why don't we go ahead and hey Gage. I know we've been missing each other lately, man. My apologies. We'll get there. We'll get there, I promise. And I just lost my agenda. Where is it? There it is. Okay. I'm still gonna go ahead and call to order to 5:48. I'm gonna call to order our pre-meeting conference where we're going to do our presentations and proclamations. We're recording, Madam Clerk? Okay, great. That sounds a little loud. Okay, so we have 4 proclamations and presentations to get through before we get to our regular commission meeting. I know we have some folks here for the American Cancer Fund for Children, so we'll go ahead and start with that one. Madam Clerk, do we have the microphone working at the podium?
It is. It sounds like it is. Maybe.
Doesn't sound like it.
No?
I was hoping we might hear from everyone if you're comfortable with that. Okay. Nothing? Bummer. Would you like to? Okay, yeah. So I would actually appreciate if whoever wants to say hello and introduce themselves, I'd be happy to have you do that before we get started.
Come on, you got to sit in the chair.
So
Got to sit in the chair.
you can sit in the chair. All right.
Do you guys want to use this one? I'm happy to give it to
Chairs are
you.
good. We like chairs. This is what we're gonna do here. So to make sure everybody who's listening can hear you and so because it's being recorded, this is the only way to do it. So you can push that button, go ahead. So the light comes on, so now this one.
Hello.
There we go. Perfect. All right, so before I get to the proclamation, would you just mind introducing yourself for everyone, please?
Sure. My name is Christina Duenas. I'm with Mystic Force Foundation. And got to talk into the mic, remember?
My name is Jake Duenas, and
Do you?
9 years old for childhood cancer.
Cancer. Okay. But you.
That was great.
Here.
Hey, that was very good. That was very good. It took a lot of bravery and courage, so well done. And we know that you must be very brave and courageous in all of you here. So thank you so much for being here. We have a proclamation here from the Village of Biscayne Park that we'd like to read onto the record in support of the foundation, or in support of the fund, should I say? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it for you all right now. Okay, it's long, so just sit tight, okay? Yeah, you have? Well, this one's pretty long. I gotta say the whole thing. Okay. All right, so our proclamation for the American Cancer Fund for Children and Kids Cancer Connection.
This one must not be me. I'm Mystic Force.
I will read Mystic Force in there for us as well then. All right, so whereas Mystic Force and the American Cancer Fund for Children and Kids Cancer Connection, these two reports cancer is the leading cause of death by disease among U.S. children between infancy and the age of 15. This tragic disease is detected in nearly 15,000 of our country's young people each and every year. And whereas 1 in 5 of our nation's children loses his or her battle with cancer, many infants, children, and teens will suffer from long-term effects of comprehensive treatment, including secondary cancers. And whereas founded over 20 years ago, he's okay. By Stephen Firestein, this is with respect to the American Cancer Fund for Children and Kids Cancer Connection. founded over 20 years ago by Stephen Firestein, a member of the philanthropic Max Factor Cosmetics family. The American Cancer Fund for Children, Inc. and the Kids Cancer Connection, Inc. are dedicated to helping these children and their families. And whereas the American Cancer Fund for Children and Kids Cancer Connection provides a variety of vital patient psychosocial services to children undergoing cancer treatment in Miami Children's Hospital, Tampa General Hospital, Children's Medical Center, Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital, Nemours Children's Hospital in Orlando, as well as participating hospitals throughout the country, thereby enhancing the quality of life for these children and their families. And whereas the American Cancer Fund for Children and Kid Cancer Connection also sponsor Courageous Kid Recognition Award ceremonies, community get well cards, and hospital celebrations in honor of each child's determination and bravery to fight the battle against childhood cancer. Before I get to the last section, would you like to give us a little statement about the Mystic Group, please?
Yes, so Mystic Force Foundation was founded 15 years ago by Sylvia Vanni. She lost her then 7-year-old son to neuroblastoma. Since then, she's dedicated her life to kids and families that are battling childhood cancer. She has a safe haven for kids that are battling cancer along with their siblings, because when you receive a childhood cancer diagnosis, everything stops. So she has a safe place where the kids can go and just be kids. And their siblings are included, which is vital.
Well, thank you for including that. In addition to the proclamation that we have, just include the Mystic Group here. I'm sorry,
Mystic Force Foundation.
Mystic Force Foundation. Thank you. So the Mystic Force Foundation included in our proclamation, along with the American Cancer Fund for Children and Kid Cancer Connection. So thank you very much for being here.
No, thank you very much. And again, this is my son, Jake. He battled cancer, Hodgkin's lymphoma, 2 years. He's no evidence of disease right now, but we were blessed by foundations such as Kids Cancer Foundation and Mystic Force Foundation, who come alongside families that are struggling. It is a very sad environment, and foundations like this make it a little bit better for us.
And makes what you do and what these groups do all the more important. So thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for being brave and strong and continue to fight.
Hug. We have to
Oh, we
hug.
got hugs. Hugs are good.
We're all about hugs.
Hugs are good. All right, great. Well, listen, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Looks like somebody's tired already.
Yeah, these are some of Jake's siblings. So that's Luke, Danica, and Christian. There's a couple that are still at home, but the
Wonderful.
ones that were able to come tonight.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
very much appreciate
Were you
it.
able to take a picture?
Yeah, certainly, certainly. Let me just finish this with the therefore clause.
Yes.
Now therefore, I, Jonathan E. Groth, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the Village of Biscayne Park, Florida, do hereby proclaim the month of September 2024 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And that's the end of it. Of course. You
Thank
wanna have the commission?
over there.
step up?
I know Danica.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
that's fine.
I'm gonna press the button again.
Come, Christian,
Push.
We're gonna,
Danica.
well, we'll stay back here.
Someone-
It's fine.
Someone else can maybe take a picture.
Hugs are good. Hugs are
Okay.
good.
Ah.
Hugs are good. Yeah, we got lots of hugs.
Sorry, okay.
That's okay, that's okay. We're gonna take a picture.
Here, you want to come?
Okay, come this way.
You wanna scoot this way a little bit so everybody can
Yeah.
just have this behind us? There we go.
Put the little people in.
Okay, perfect.
Thumbs up, right?
got
Is
it?
that what he's got on his thing? He's always thumbs up.
We got it, we got it.
Thank you
Wonderful.
so much
Thank you
for
being
coming.
here.
being
Thank you for
here.
being, okay,
One more hug, sorry.
don't be sorry, it's okay.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I can have, I'll sign it. Then-
Okay, yeah, that would be great. Okay, how do you- Perfect. I'll definitely keep in touch to get a copy. Thank
Wonderful,
you so
thank
much.
you. Ryan, sorry, grab your spot.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
An old one. What's that?
Firefighter sticker set
Well, it's gonna be hard to top that one.
It is. I have to say,
No, you're not interrupting. It's all right. That's fine. That's right. I agree. Start on a good note. All right, well, while he's finishing up the hugs, we'll go ahead and get the rest of these read. Thank you. You too. I'm gonna finish hugs and we're gonna finish these. Okay. So let's go ahead and finish. We have three more to run through before we start with our regular 6 o'clock meeting. The next proclamation that we have is our National Diaper Need Awareness Week. Whereas diaper need, the condition of not being able to afford a sufficient supply of clean diapers to keep babies and toddlers clean, dry, and healthy can adversely affect the health and well-being of children and their families. And whereas national surveys and research studies report that nearly 1 in 2 families struggles with diaper needs, and 48% of families delay changing a diaper to extend the available supply. And whereas a daily or weekly supply of diapers is generally an eligibility requirement for babies and toddlers to participate in childcare programs and quality early education programs that enable children to thrive and parents to work. And whereas many parents struggling with diaper need report missing an average of 5 days of work each month due to an insufficient supply of diapers. And whereas without enough diapers, babies and toddlers risk infections and health problems that may require medical attention, resulting in medical costs, and parents may be prevented from accessing childcare needed to go to work or school, thereby destabilizing the family's economic prospects and well-being. And whereas the people of Biscayne Park recognize that diaper need as a public health issue, and addressing diaper need can lead to economic opportunity for the state's families and communities and improved health for children, thus ensuring all children and families have access to the basic necessities required to thrive and reach their full potential. And whereas Biscayne Park is proud to be home to trusted community-based organizations, including the Miami Diaper Bank, that recognize the importance of diapers in ensuring health and providing economic stability for families, and thus distribute diapers to families through various channels. And whereas through their important work of addressing diaper need, the Miami Diaper Bank plays a critical role in supporting families, improving infant health and well-being, and advancing our local and state economic growth. Now, therefore, I, Jonathan Groth, Mayor of Biscayne Park, do hereby proclaim the week of September 23rd through September 29, 2024 as National Diaper Need Awareness Week. All right, our next proclamation is celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month. Whereas each year the United States observes National Hispanic Heritage Month by celebrating the culture, traditions, and countless contributions of citizens and residents whose ancestors came from Spain, Cuba, Mexico, the Caribbean, Central America, and South America. And whereas what began in 1968 as Hispanic Heritage Week under President Johnson and was expanded by President Reagan in 1988 to a month-long celebration. And whereas Hispanics and Latinos serve as civil rights leaders and community organizers, politicians, soldiers, educators, journalists, first responders, pioneers in the arts and sciences, healthcare professionals, athletes, inventors, entertainers, and more. And whereas locally, Hispanics and Latinos from diverse cultures contribute to the vitality of the Village of Biscayne Park as residents, community activists, board members, volunteers, staff, administration, police, and as one elected commissioner and former mayor. And whereas people of Hispanic origin are the nation's largest ethnic or racial minority, constituting 19% of the nation's total population, and Hispanics are 24% of Florida's total population, and more than 40% of the population of Village of Biscayne Park is Hispanic. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Jonathan Groth, Mayor of the Village of Biscayne Park, Florida, joined by the entire commission, do hereby proclaim September 15 to October 15, 2024 as Hispanic Heritage Month, and encourage observation of this special annual tribute by celebrating the generations of Hispanic and Latin Americans who have positively influenced and enriched our American society and our community here in the Village of Biscayne Park. Okay. And our final proclamation for our pre-meeting conference is a proclamation in the remembrance of September 11, 2001. Whereas on the morning of September 11, 2001, terrorists ruthlessly attacked the United States at multiple locations, leading to the immediate death of nearly 3,000 innocents from the United States and more than 90 different countries and territories. whereas in response to the attacks, good people from private and public sectors, police officers, firefighters, emergency medical technicians, physicians, nurses, military personnel, and other first responders immediately and without concern for their own well-being, heroically rose to service, attempting to protect the tens of thousands who narrowly escaped with their lives and others still at risk from the attacks. And whereas in the aftermath of the attacks, thousands of people volunteered to help in the search, rescue, and recovery of victims lost in the terrorist attacks. And whereas many witnesses to these horrific events, first responders, rescue and recovery workers, and volunteers, as well as survivors, continue to suffer from serious medical illnesses and emotional distress related to the physical and mental trauma of the September 11 attacks. And whereas hundreds of thousands of brave men and women continue to serve every day, having answered the call to duty as members of the U.S. Armed Forces, while thousands have given their lives or suffered injury to defend our security and prevent future terrorist attacks. And whereas the entire nation witnessed and shared in the tragedy of September 11, 2001, and whereas September 11, 2021 marked the 20th anniversary of these heinous terrorist attacks and provided an occasion to reflect on those events and the countless sacrifices related to them. Now, therefore, I, Jonathan Groth, Mayor of the Village of Biscayne Park, Florida, joined by the entire commission, do hereby recognize the 23rd anniversary of the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. We offer our most sincere condolences to the families, friends, and loved ones of the innocents who lost their lives that day, and we honor the heroic service, actions, and sacrifices of the first responders, public officials, volunteers, and others who came to the aid of innocent victims. Further, we take this opportunity to recognize the valiant service, actions, and sacrifices of our United States Armed Forces, intelligence agencies, diplomatic services, Homeland Security, our law enforcement personnel, and the families who support them, where they give so much, including life and well-being, to support the causes of freedom and to defend the security of our country. And when are you doing the tribute for September 11 that you normally do? Rec Center at 9 o'clock tomorrow for the September 11 remembrance? Okay, color guard. Sorry, I'm just repeating it just because I'm on the mic. Sunday, September 15 is when you present your collection. Okay. Okay, great. Thank you, Dan. Okay, great. Dan, thank you. Okay, so that can, sure. Oh, yeah, that was at the budget, what we did there to give a separate POC. Oh, this one, I'm sorry. Okay, my apologies. Okay, so, the pre-conference, meeting is now adjourned, and hand these to the clerk, and then we'll get started on our regular.